Fortunately, we have a product for people who aren't able to get some form of connectivity. It's called Xbox 360.
Right. So stick with 360. That's your message if you don't, like it?
If you have zero access to the internet, that is an offline device.
What's up, everybody? This is Arnaldo, aka Mad Dog, and this is going to be the real episode 81 of GG's The Mouthful podcast.
Because nothing stops the signal.
Yes, that's exactly what I want to hear.
That's right.
Nothing stops the signal.
This
I love
is
it.
the GG podcast coming
That's right.
to you, not live, but nicely recorded on a Friday evening.
And edited and make sure the sounds and everything look good.
Yeah,
and
and making sure that the highs of my yells doesn't break your eardrums, even though they probably do. But that's why we use levelator, try to keep it low.
Ah, yes, the levelator. The power of the levelator.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. That voice, of course, is Mr. Dream Twister himself, David Santos.
I almost didn't make it.
I know.
I almost didn't make it. I had, first of all, I had already my night set up for the evening. Right after the podcast, I need to go home and paint a wall. It's not a huge wall, but usually we finish the podcast at 1, like at 11, 30, 10-ish.
Depending on the length, yeah.
Well, lately,
yeah.
Because we come in, we eat pizza, we have beer. So I got to do that. And then on my way from work, my battery decided to die on my car for God knows what reason, because it's a fairly recent vehicle. It's a 2015 car, but the battery, here in Florida, they tend to go down in like 2 years.
That's what I hear.
Yeah. They don't tend to last as long. So I was not super surprised, but at first it caught me off guard because I was not getting any. Nothing was saying that I was having battery problems. That you usually get the check engine light, or not the check engine, but the battery light.
The battery light, yeah.
I didn't get that. Then I went to the advanced discount. The advanced discount auto parts. The guys there really cool, very honest. I had already purchased the battery. They went and tested mine. He was like, "Oh, you probably don't need a battery. This battery is fine." So cool, all right. So went to. He was about to give me the refund. I was like, well, let me try to make sure that I can turn it on. Click, click, click. Nothing. So I was like, oh, crap. Well, it's low in voltage. It's showing me low voltage. Let me go ahead and put the jumping cables. Clack, 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 clack. But that was with the portable battery.
With the little charger.
So he was like, okay, no, well, let me bring my car. He brought his car.
Oh, nice.
He tried to jump. Clack, 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 clack. I'm like, okay, I'm screwed. That's when I called you. I was like, bro, I'm not sure if it's happening or how it's happening. I'm not sure the podcast are going to be able to be there. And of course, you already noticed. Sadly, we don't have a third voice.
Yeah. Miss Shadow, unfortunately, has been kidnapped and taken to the Tampa area for a week. In the sun.
Don't say it like that. People are going to be putting the civil alerts and stuff.
No. I think she's a little too old for the Amber Alert, but
as you can see.
but no. She's away on vacation. She took some
vacation
time
from us.
Yeah, sure. Vacation. Yeah, she's like, the hell with these two fools. They talk too much and drink too much beer.
Sadly, we cast no shadow today.
We cast no.
But
shadow.
You know why?
Because we're vampires.
Because we have no light.
Oh,
she was the light.
Was she?
I'm trying to make
She's
this
the shadow. I don't know. That's kind of
nice and
contradictory.
beautiful,
okay.
And you're messing me up. Anyway, going back to my ordeal. So I ended up having to buy a new battery. I still don't know.
We're about to
that's
find
the
out
problem.
Later on, yeah.
So I'm about to find out where we leave. It will actually go on, or I don't know. Yeah. And then I have to go home and of course paint the wall. But nothing stops the signal. This podcast will be recorded with or without us.
I briefly toyed with the idea of just going, you know what? Just going to be a one-man show today.
Yeah. Hey, Mayor Nelson does it.
Yeah,
he has his own podcast where
it.
he's just talking in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The problem is that I can see myself, veering off onto conversations about nothing that has to do with gaming, just talking about, the best way to make a roux. You got to get that right butter and that.
Yeah, no, it's this back and forth. It's this bouncing of ideas and bouncing. We are, of course. And on top of that, we're a topical podcast. So
yes, on top of that, yes.
it'll be kind of pointless just to have on one month.
So, what do you feel about Microsoft's future?
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing will come back.
Nothing.
Oh, thanks so much, guys, for listening. If this is your first time listening, first off, thank you so much for tuning in.
We owe you a shadow.
We do owe you a shadow. Yes, please come back next week. She will be here. Definitely subscribe, like, and share this podcast with all your friends. We are on YouTube, Google Play, iTunes, and pretty much most of the... you like that? You like the beer?
Dude, this is really good. What are we having?
It is Goose Island's Winter Ale.
I feel like we've had it before on the podcast. Have we?
I don't think we've had it.
No?
No, I don't think we've had it.
Then we should probably do it more often. Remember the early episode of this podcast would have what are we drinking?
What are we drinking? Yes.
And we will always be a different brand.
And we're still keeping it pretty much different brands.
Yeah, well, I think it changed when we started recording early Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And we were like, we probably shouldn't be drinking.
Do you remember the one that we did with the coffee? We brought in the coffee maker?
We started doing the coffee. Oh, we did the coffee maker. We did live coffee maker.
That was ridiculous.
We need that was.
Thanks so much, guys, for sticking with us.
I know, right?
Crazy podcast.
We're a mom and pop podcast here.
Yes, exactly.
We appreciate you supporting your local podcasters. But of course, share it with
everybody you can. Oh man, so we're going to start with what we always start with, and that is, what have we been up to? Other than your car dying, sir, what else have you been doing?
So this week, I have been wifeless, sadly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, should we be happy or sad?
No, no. I was happy for 2 days. No, I mean, not happy, but I was like, yes, I can come home and play and stuff like that. By the third day, I was like, I miss my wife. Plus, there's a bunch of stuff over here that hasn't been done. I have to do it. It's taking me longer to actually do it and less time to play.
She is the force that keeps you moving.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And you know what? I've gotten used to having her around. It's I can't. And well, just to clarify, my wife and I do it really well. She just went on vacation too.
I know, right?
PR, yeah.
This is not like a split up.
We're not splitting up. Exactly. Stop typing your condolences. We are very happily married. But no. So I found myself with this. This time I was able to finally get over the hump that I had over Wolfenstein and finish it and beat it.
Nice.
Yeah. And let me tell you, that game it finishes strong. Story-wise, you mean? Imagery-wise, it's like a lot. Okay. It's like a good flash. I don't want to overhype it because it's not like, oh my god, this is the most amazing thing. But it is like, it makes you feel good.
What would you score it?
If I was reviewing it, I will score it a solid 8.
Okay,
a solid 8. It's good. Yeah.
I
have my qualms if I would have scored it from the first 5 hours to 10 hours, I would have given it a 6 because I was very pissed off with the gameplay at the beginning, where it felt like, and we've discussed this already, where it felt like everybody was super powered, super overpowered, and all I was doing was just like running and trying to get help potions and surviving basically, and doing very little shooting. Never feeling good about it because I will get killed a lot. That is a game that, and I actually posted an article on the group today of another person expressing how you should lower the difficulty down. You should not have any qualms about playing this game on easy, because easy on this game is the normal actually. At least on my
you said that's where it defaulted, right?
And it defaults there. Yeah, it defaults to that level. So that's why I call it, that's the normal. But of course, because it's called
easy mode,
don't hurt me,
yeah.
It makes it sound like, okay, this is easy. This is not baby mode, but this is easy mode. In any case, it looks like the developers thought, well, this is the way that you should play if you just want to, beat the game and have, a normal challenge. It's still going to be challenging. You're still going to die a lot. The saying like, I feel like with other shooters like Destiny, you could actually Mouthfuls all around, and if you get killed, it's either you're not paying attention to what you're doing or you're doing a raid. If you're doing a raid, raids are hard. Mm-hmm. So, for the most part. Once I lowered it down and I got my normal health back, then the game became fun, again. And the story, of course, of that is ridiculous.
As in ridiculously good?
As in ridiculously good.
Okay.
As in, like,
I mean, it is
throw
like
your disbelief already.
History,
it's an alternate history, but yeah, this alternate is like super. It's like alternate. I would say it goes out there. You will see
in this alternate world.
You will
get to an alternate world.
You will get to the part where you're gonna be like, WTF? What the hell happened here? But so it's awesome. So anyway, and also, boss at the end, ridiculously easy. It was
no
like
challenge on it.
I think I told you, I beat it by mistake. I didn't mean to beat it. I could have actually stayed and do some other things, but because I didn't know, and the story was getting to a point, if I had to dig it a little bit, it would have been that. It felt like when it was getting really good, credits roll.
Oh wow!
And it feels like, sadly.
Well, for the first half, you weren't enjoying it. So
no, exactly. But then when I was enjoying it, then credits roll. I'm like, God, the game. Should I be saying it?
What?
It's not a spoiler or anything like that, but it's gonna be a trilogy, guys.
Okay.
It's gonna be a trilogy. So this is gonna, this is not gonna give you the closure that you're gonna want. Mm-hmm. It's gonna leave you wanting for a third one to finish the fight, basically.
Oh, okay.
So that game. Well, that game was great. So I beat that, and then I jumped into which was released this week, Horizon Zero Dawn: The Frozen Wilds.
The DLC.
Yes,
nice,
man. And I think I posted it also. I think I forgot how beautiful, how gorgeous that game looks, especially at 4K HDR. That game is that world is flawless. Like everything is a picture moment.
Yeah. That's why that picture that I spent so much time in that stupid picture mode. Yeah. I was like posting so many images. I'm like, this is just too beautiful.
That could be a game in itself.
Oh, hell yeah!
Yeah, the picture mode on that game. I believe you saw that my phone, for the longest time, my wallpaper was a picture of Eloy.
Yeah.
I didn't take it. I saw it online, but it was just too beautiful,
Oh, the one on your phone, yeah.
Yeah, the one on my phone where she was like around like some rose or some flowers.
Mm-hmm. It's a very nice picture.
Yeah. So now you can even on this one, you can even pose her making a snow angel, because she's on the Frozen Wilds, so she's playing with snow almost.
That's adorable.
Exactly. The story seems to be, it's going well. That story was interesting in itself. I feel like there's the character animations, the facial animations are much improved from the first game. Not to say that it was really bad on the first game. It's just that everything looked so beautiful in the first game that you almost saw those uncanny valley on the so they stood out more. So on this one, I feel like they nailed it. And I've been having so far. I'm playing I believe like 4 hours of it, not much, but like I'm so glad to have to be back in that world.
Yeah, see, I need to get that DLC. I haven't even bought it yet.
$19.99. I believe there's a special right now running $14.99.
Still,
I believe. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. You guys do check it out. Buy it at whatever price because it is. It is awesome, and it is 10 to 12 hour story. I heard, or more even, because you're gonna explore, and of course, it's gonna give you the option to explore. Of course, they justify the reason why at first, I'm not sure if in the future, if later on the game, but at first you can't tame the animals. I mean, not the animals of the frozen wild. They have a sort of corruption that you can't really tame it. But I'm sure that eventually you end up getting something for your spear. And I'm pretty sure, because they're not gonna take that out of the game.
That's such a good part of it too.
Yeah. And then, and this is the part where you're gonna interject. We actually had the opportunity to. Before we even get there. Before we get there. How could we forget? Our whole week started with the Extralife campaign that we had.
I thought that's what you were going to talk about.
No, I was going to talk about Fortnite. Oh. The Extralife campaign that we had.
Yes.
Man.
Great time.
What a turnout.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys are awesome. I want to let you, because you're probably going to have more to say on it. Yeah. But until I played on my part, I brought it as a surprise. Shadow of War.
Shadow of War. The game you swore you
I was not going to touch it. You know what? I'm not supporting it. I am not supporting this crap of microtransactions on single player game. Oh, what? It's $20? Oh. Well, I do need a game that I I haven't played on PC, because I had to. That was the thing, right? It needed to be a PC game, because I only have a webcam TV. I don't have a PS4. So, and with that, I have my technical difficulties. My stream looks short. Look smaller.
If only you can just do it on PS4. I'm just saying.
I don't know how to stream on PC. When you stream on PC, it's flawless. But
clearly,
but I don't stream. I normally don't stream. So when I was setting all that up, it was already my turn, and then I was having technical difficulties. I think the first time you laughed, because the first time I started the game, it gave me a Windows error.
Yeah. I was like, "Yep, there it is."
But once it got going, man, that game was great.
Yeah,
it is. I mean, I love Shadow of Mordor. That was my 25th. I don't remember if it was my game of the year. I want to say that it was, but it was probably Metal Gear Solid.
I don't know if they came out the same year.
Probably not. So if it was, I'm sure it was one of my favorite games of the year that it got released. And playing here again, it just feels right, and it feels really good. So I had a blast with that. I do want to go back to it, but I started playing the Frozen Wilds, so I'm gonna stick to that for now. So yeah, I can't thank you guys enough for sticking with us for the time that you guys did.
Oh, definitely,
the 24 hours. And you have more to say about that.
Oh yeah, it turned out to be. Thank you so much.
That campaign was great.
It turned out to be a great campaign. We GG itself raised a total of $395. Woo! And of course we were teamed up with. Thank you. We were teamed up with the Extralifers 24/7, which our group includes Novella Escondido and a couple other groups, and they're clear into almost 5,000. I think, maybe a little over at this point. And so
they
overall,
are Extralifers.
Oh, they are Extralifers for real.
Yeah, they are lifers.
And I'm glad. I'm happy to be part of that. Happy to help out. The money we raised, of course, went to.
It felt really good. It
extremely
felt really good. Yeah.
And it was no problem staying up, because I knew, I was like, this is for good. This is for a reason, and we're doing good stuff here.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for the turnout. Thank you so much for all the donations. Congratulations to Jose Aponte.
Got himself a little.
Yeah, that's right. We had a little giveaway for anybody who donated $5 or more. Was eligible for a drawing for an $80 Amazon gift card.
Yeah.
And he won, and he already got it, and who knows? He's probably already spent it by this point.
Post a picture of your gotten goods with whatever it is.
Hashtag
groceries.
Yeah, hey, whatever it could be.
Yeah, batteries.
Whatever it
is. Yeah.
Whatever you need. No, it turned out to be really good, really great, and I'm so glad that we participated. And we will be participating from now on until whenever, whatever happens.
And we don't even need to. we don't need to wait for game day.
No. We can always do it all year long.
We can do it at whatever point. So we might stay tuned for more. And if you guys are interested in participating as streamers, also for for GG.
I think Panda's already on board.
Oh, we're bringing the Panda.
Panda's already on board.
Where's Gilberto? Oh, Gilberto was, Gilberto broke us up early in the morning.
Yes, he did.
He
crack
was
of dawning.
Yeah, he was right there. I woke up. I started seeing the stream. It was awesome.
Yeah, he brought Call of Duty too. Call of Duty World War II, excuse me. Which looked really good.
Yeah.
He looked like he was joining. And then, of course, Lady Red followed up.
Came up
with some Destiny 2.
That was awesome.
Yep. Then, of course, Chakra came in with some Wolfenstein 2.
Yeah.
And then...
very entertaining.
Yes, he is, yeah. Shadow then followed up with some Overwatch, a little bit of an Overwatch hour and a half-ish, somewhere around there.
Yeah. Fortunately, she needed to cover for me because I was leaving my wife at the airport. That's why.
That breakup they were talking about.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, I was going through some buffers.
And then, of course, you came in with Shadow War. And then I took the final lap, as they say.
Yeah.
And
took us home.
Yes, sir.
You started with freaking Night Trap.
Yes. Best game ever.
Yeah, that was the game. That was the game of the stream. That was the game. Yeah.
No, it's not really the best game.
For half an hour that you played it? No, you played it for longer.
It was a little bit. It was about 40 minutes, maybe.
Hilarious.
So Night Trap. I got the 25th anniversary edition of Night Trap, and I gotta tell you, I've known of the game, and I've seen bits and pieces of the game.
Yeah, me too. But
I've never actually played it.
Never know.
Because I never had a Sega CD. So
yeah, I had a Sega CD, but I looked at the game and I was like, no, it doesn't look like it. I'll buy Sonic CD instead. I'll buy Bram Stoker's Dracula instead. Oh my god,
good call.
Oh yeah.
But no, this one was it was really it's actually kind of fun. It's just a little bit difficult because if you know this the gameplay itself, you have 8 cameras into this home, and you're flipping through each camera to see what things are going on. Whenever you see whatever those creatures are, whatever you see when you got to go there and try to
they look like gorillas almost.
I don't know. They look, because they almost look like they're wearing like a jumpsuit, like a
Gorilla's
black
jumpsuit. Yeah, ain't that weird?
Yeah. So of course
I don't think the game explains what they are. Also.
No, they do not.
There's no premise to it, honestly.
No, you're just basically, and then of course you have your teens, and it looks like a Friday the 13th movie.
Yes. Yeah.
There's even a musical number. I'm like, what in the world?
Man.
It's cool stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Is it worth it?
You're lying.
Is it worth it? Yeah, it's up to you to decide.
It's a cult classic.
Yeah. If you're a collector.
Yes.
For whatever reason. And then, of course, Fortnite Battle Royale. Yes.
A GG favorite now.
Yes, definitely.
I am a convert.
Yes.
I am a believer.
Yes.
Then I saw her face. I am a believer.
So I played that day. Actually, Shadow was with me for the majority of the evening, and then of course I switched over to Hellblade. But yeah, then the other night, was it Wednesday? We jumped on. We had a little group going. Raphael joined us.
Yes.
Brett joined us.
Love the
and
Brett was there.
Yeah, he was Rithgan.
Rithgan is Brett.
Is Brett? Yes.
Oh my god!
You didn't know that?
I owe you the biggest, fattest apology. I thought that was Jason.
You thought that was Jason?
And I called him Jason several times.
Did you? No.
Yes.
I would have. Well, if I heard you, I would have corrected you.
Probably nobody did.
No, okay.
Because I was never corrected.
Maybe you saw something. I was like,
I thought he was downloading. You said that Jason was downloading it.
No, Brett.
No
one ever said Jason.
My God, bro. I'm sorry, man. I didn't know that it was you.
Yes. Rithgan is Brett.
Okay.
So yeah.
Fortnite, the GG,
the
edition.
GG edition. No, it came out pretty good. That game it's really cool, and it's still in early access, bro. I mean, that's the most amazing part. I'm like, it's just gonna get improved. I can't wait to see what they just introduced the bushes, so you can get these bushes in your You can turn around into a bush.
So you can actually turn into to hide
in the open, and that's pretty cool. But that game is great, man. I've been convincing as many people as I can. I'm like, it's free, guys. There's no reason not to download this.
Mind you, setting up the expectation that no, you're not gonna be able to customize your character. No, there's a lot of things that are missing here.
It's all
gameplay. It's gonna be one map. It's right now. It's just pure gameplay. Think of it as a alpha almost or a beta.
Yeah,
it
is. But
that's it. Yeah. The game has piqued my interest in the original Fortnite game, which we feel sorry for because we feel like nobody's going to be playing. But now I see that this is actually could be working towards making people, you know what, this is fun. We're having a blast. Let me check out the original Fortnite. It's co-op, and I already know
$30
I already know how to control the characters because I've been playing Battle Royale for so long.
That said,
PUBG's.
I was just going to say that brings a question, the future of PUBG, because I'm like, this is already on consoles and PC.
Yeah. No, but I kid. PUBG has a gajillion. They're fine, but
no, don't get me wrong.
They're probably pissed off anyway.
Yeah, I can see. They gotta be. I just don't know how big of a splash it'll be when it comes to consoles.
Oh, it'll certainly make a splash.
I hope so. I hope
because there are people that are still not into the cartoonish element. Like I thought that I wasn't going to be.
This is very military. PUBG is very military.
PUBG is quote unquote more realistic. You know, and in Fortnite you're building walls a second. In a second you're building walls.
Yep.
And you're using your pickaxe for everything. So yeah.
Yep. Yeah, but that game is great. I can't speak more highly of it. I really enjoyed the heck out of that one.
Yes.
Let me go to my notes because I already forgot what the hell I've been doing. Oh no, the other thing I wanted to bring
Fortnite's in your mind.
Yeah. I just want to go back. Like I haven't even finished Wolfenstein 2.
I'm gonna get a pillow for my ass.
Oh. Well, that's gonna be another soundbite right there.
I'm gonna clip that.
But no, I the only thing I want to do is get back to, like, I haven't finished Wolfenstein, and I just want to get back to that game. But I did get a chance to finally see the third part of the Planet of the Apes current rebooted series, A War for the Planet of the Apes.
Yes.
And
what'd you think?
That has to be one of my favorite movies of this year, dude. It is. Yes. It is really, really
good,
awesome.
Right?
Yeah,
it is so good.
It's better than the other two, and I didn't think it can be better than the other two. This is an interesting. I have to mention this real quick. This is an interesting trilogy because this is, first off, a trilogy. I don't know if they're going to go further than this. I hope it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't
I hope it
need
just kind of stops.
Honestly, unless it's like way out.
Correct.
Different. Yeah. You know. Now you can bring the space stuff if you want.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
Charleston Heston can now land.
There you go. Yes.
But no. It's really, really good. What I'm saying, it's so weird.
Woody Allen, man.
Yeah,
villain as a villain.
He was pretty harsh.
I'll let you.
Yeah,
well, he was awesome.
Yeah, he's pretty harsh. Yeah. The funniest thing about the three movies is how different each of them are. You know what I mean? And they're still part of the same trilogy. It's like the first one, I mean, because if you've seen the first one, it takes place in, the modern times. Yeah. The world is the way the world is right now.
Yeah.
By the time you get to the second one, the world has deteriorated significantly.
Yeah.
And by the time you get to the third one, it's like...
Yeah, now it's...
Land of the Lost at this point. Yeah. You know what I mean? And
now it's Horizon Zero Dawn.
It's Horizon Zero Dawn, yeah. But, dude... Caesar, man, let me tell you.
Oh my God, yes.
That I don't know how else I can say. How is it that this CG, and it's CG? I'm being told it's CG, but I'm looking at it going, I don't know. This is pretty real here. This CG character being portrayed by Andy Serkis. Dude, he I was feeling for him.
What is it about Andy Serkis that makes him so good at portraying? I think he has a very expressive face.
He does.
Where he knows how to portray emotion on any character he does. And I don't mean, and sure, they typically, cast him to do like the hideous, like the monsters and stuff like that. But I'm also remembering that early game from Ninja Theory.
Oh, yes.
Heavenly Sword. Well, he was the villain, but he was fantastic. I mean, the story of, even his story and the story of his son, it almost like had me in tears, of like, Wow.
Yeah.
What a way to transport to bring emotion.
It's going to be a shame if it gets to the point where he never receives some sort of recognition for what he's
very good.
The biggest issue right now, and I can see that's what they're pushing for, is to have, hey, I mean, you know what? When Oscars roll around in January, February, Andy Serkis, man, you got to put him in there. But then of course, you're going to have people going, well, we really didn't see Andy Serkis. You know, how much of it is him? How much of it is a CG?
No, there should be some recognition for that.
There should be, because they were using it. If you look at the making of this, he is literally the same face that this dude that you seen on Caesar.
Yeah,
that is him. That is his whatever. And they're just putting. Monkey around it. You know what I mean? That's basically what
they're monkeying around. I like the way you put it. Yeah.
But no, definitely, I recommend the hell out of the movie. Now, that said, if you haven't seen the first two, don't go to this one.
No. Yeah, go start from the beginning because they're worth it.
Yes,
I was totally surprised when I saw the first, second one, and then this.
That said, another thing I want to bring up: the name is a little bit misleading. The name, The War of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh, the war. Okay.
Because there isn't much of a war going on. Like part 2 had more war than part 3 does.
Yeah.
This one's much more of a personal story, and it's great, but it can be a little misleading. So anybody going into the movie thinking this is going to be,
Yeah. Well. Yeah. There's no. If you're going, what do you mean? Like expecting like all out war,
like, and also because
there is war. There is
true, but I mean it's at the very beginning. All right. And then you don't really see any other war elements until about the very end.
Yeah. You're pretty much seeing like the aftermath almost of without spoiling anything of
correct. If you see the poster for it, you see an army of apes versus an army of humans. That again will lead you to believe this is going to be almost like a war film.
It's a war film.
And then when you compare it to the second one that had a lot of battling, you know what I mean?
The second one would be the war.
It should.
So maybe they misnamed them.
The names have been an issue.
All right, so we got Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which was
it was called Rise, and it should have been called Dawn.
So Dawn. So all right. In which order would you put them?
Okay, so this is the current order. You have the first one was called Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Second one is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. The last one is War for the Planet of the Apes. Right.
All right.
The order it should be.
None of them were not right. Yeah.
Dawn should be the first one.
Yes.
War should be the second one, and then Rise. Should be
oh my God! Yes, that should have been. That's perfect. What the hell? They messed that up.
They screwed that up.
When you get the trilogy, just go ahead and switch the covers. And problem solved.
Exactly. Yeah. Unless you do digital, then you're just screwed.
Hello, everyone at the Mouthful podcast. This is the one, the only Chaos Reaper, and I am finally back on the podcast. Jesus Christ, took me forever. Sorry about that, but it's been quite the time over here, so please forgive me for my absence. This week, the hot topic, we have the future of Xbox Revisited. And it's an interesting subject considering that the Xbox One X just launched. They're calling it Xbox for short. Aren't they clever? And there's been other news about them. Supposedly they want to acquire or I think develop more like first-party studios. So, I mean, I really do hope that they give us a reason to get an Xbox. I've said it a million times, and I'll keep saying it until it changes. There is no reason to get an Xbox. Absolutely none. There's just nothing there's no incentive to getting it. There's no exclusive that you can say, like, it's only on Xbox. There's everything on Xbox. It's also on PC. It's not like the PS4 with all its exclusive, or the Nintendo with their first-party support, because, apparently they have, like, the best games ever lately, finally. Because Nintendo definitely needs it, but Xbox needs it. Xbox needs it now, because otherwise, right now, they're irrelevant. Like, yeah, sure, they can give you, like, 4K gaming on a console, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But I may be wrong, but as far as I know, you can build a PC that's either just as strong or stronger than an Xbox One X, so they really do need exclusive games. Exclusive games are a necessity to sell a console. Not just features, not just... resolutions or, excuse me, David, but frame rates, exclusives are needed. And as it stands right now, Xbox has none. I hope and I pray that Xbox gets their shit together now with this of them acquiring studios to get more first-party games, and I really hope they succeed at it. And I hope that at some point they make me buy an Xbox. Because if anything, competition is always good. We've seen arrogant Sony before. We don't need arrogant Sony again. The same way that we've seen arrogant Microsoft before, and we don't need that shit again. So that's it for me. Nice, short, and sweet. This is Chaos Reaper. Guys, have a good weekend. GG!
All right, guys, before we get into some news, you just heard Mr. Gilberto, his opinions on the hot topic, which is coming up later on. And I kind of agree with him. But I have a little surprise, or my idea is what Microsoft may be doing and what their future is. But we'll get to that a little bit later.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get to that.
And to clarify, frame rate is king. Whoever owns the frame rates owns the console war.
No, owns
the frame rates
David is
are
what they do.
The Tesseract of the video game community.
The Tesseract. No. If that's the case, then the Infinity Gauntlet
will be
it's gameplay.
It's exclusive games, according to him.
According to him, yes. The Infinity Gauntlet is exclusive titles.
I love how he said, we don't need, competition is great. We don't need arrogant Sony to be rearing their bag. We don't need arrogant Microsoft rearing his bag.
Correct.
It's like, yeah, unfortunately, that's what normally tends to happen when whoever gets to first place. Luckily, we haven't seen that happening with Sony, at least not to a horrible length. But
luckily, indeed.
Let's keep it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's get right into some of these news here. You said you had a piece that you wanted to start with, sir. By all means.
What piece would that be?
I don't know. That's what you're the one who told me.
Well, since you can't be completely off guard, I'm just gonna start with the first one I'm gonna pick up, which is that.
This is what happens when you're sitting here pretending to be Batman.
We don't talk about Mario. All right. We're going to have to edit that out. Star Wars is getting a new movie trilogy because we're not done with this one.
I know. The second one hasn't even come out yet of this trilogy.
Yeah, exactly. We're already getting a new trilogy. Directed so far, because these things tend to change apparently in the world of Star Wars, by director Rian Johnson. The same director that is doing right now the last Jedi.
So he's going to be doing the entire of the other trilogy?
Evidently, yes.
For the moment. Yeah.
Disney has announced that he's going to be returning to the franchise to develop a new trilogy of films after the release of Episode 9. Yes. Additionally, Johnson will also write and direct the first installment of the new trilogy. Okay, so maybe he's just doing the first one then. Is what I understand here.
Could be. That's what it sounds like, yeah.
Yeah. So it goes to show that Disney is not over with Star Wars after this. And why would you think that? You'll be a fool. It is a cash cow. So we'll just have to see if we like what he does in this one.
We will have to see.
It's surprising because that gives it almost an impression of confidence. Disney has a lot of confidence on how this The Last Jedi is going to perform.
They do, and he seems to be very excited. I follow him on Twitter and all this stuff, and he's been posting how he's very excited and he can't wait for people to see it because I think he's bringing something special. I hope it's something that kind of goes against the Star Wars grain. Yeah. Because at this point, you can almost predict what's going to happen in Star Wars because you're like, okay, well, this is probably what's going to happen. This person's going to, something's going to happen.
Everybody has their own.
Exactly.
And the news of the trilogy comes with the same on the same day that they announced a live action Star Wars TV series is in the works. For Disney's upcoming streaming service. So that's interesting also.
That is.
Except for the fact, I don't like the fact that it is yet another streaming service that we are expected to be paying upwards of $9.99 a month for
Yeah, they did mention. I was looking at that. They were mentioning the thing, and they're saying, according to them, they're not trying to be a Netflix killer.
No, clearly.
But they are going to.
Well, we're going to kill Netflix by taking all our stuff away.
According to them, the subscription service, standalone service, will be substantially cheaper than Netflix.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, and I guess that makes sense because
they don't have. They have properties.
But they don't have what Netflix.
It's not going to be exactly. It's never going to be Netflix. I mean, what are they going to show? The shows from ABC and the Disney movies,
Disney Channel, and all that good stuff.
And Disney Channel, exactly.
So we'll see if that takes off at all.
A new Star Wars trilogy. How you feel about? I mean, we want Star Wars, but I always said, I love the idea of more Star Wars, but I don't want the saturation of it. I don't want the. I don't want to know everybody's. Backstory. Like
correct. I don't. The Han Solo one. Who wants that?
I don't need that. I don't need the Han Solo. And granted, we have in the group that we have Han Solo fans, and they probably want to. I'm not saying it shouldn't be done. I'm just saying, and I'm not saying if they do it, I'm not going to watch it. Because it's still Star Wars. But I'm just saying that. Well, the moment you start delving into all the characters and giving the background of all of them, now they lose their mysticism.
Mm-hmm. Like the Boba Fett. They were going to do a Boba Fett movie. And Boba Fett was awesome because he was mysterious.
Yeah, exactly. He was mysterious.
Then you gave him his backstory in the prequels, and now he's just a bullshit.
You just have to look at what happened to Darth Vader. It's very hard to have respect for Darth Vader. Freaking Darth Vader, the most awesome character on the Star Wars. Yep. The iconic character, and then you give this like priestly story that who cares?
Speaking of Disney, I don't know if they've stopped. If they've stopped on this, but there was a talks of probably acquiring Fox.
I heard about that
in the week, and
people flipped their.
I know I was flipping my lid because granted, yes, you're going to have Disney, you're going to have the backing of Disney, and then maybe they can give you a good XMen movie. But do we want Disney to have all these properties? They have Star Wars. They have Marvel. Yeah. I mean, the next they could just buy DC and then.
I was hearing. I don't know if this is a joke or what it was, but I was hearing the Star Wars. Who owns the right to the Star Wars theme? To the to the song to the. Shit, I'm blanking out. What's who's the?
Williams.
Williams, yeah,
John Williams,
yeah.
The John Williams.
John Williams. Thank you. So is it true that it's owned by Fox?
I don't know. Maybe.
I heard that was the reason why they didn't play it on Rogue One, and I cannot imagine this one starting. Episode 8 starting without it.
Yeah. I don't know how true that is.
I think so too.
I know that they. Well, I mean. That what they said, the reason why they started Rogue One that way, a little bit so much different from the other movies, is because it's not a chapter Star Wars film. And they're like, no, this is a standalone, separate story. It doesn't have to have the same old intro and all that stuff. So I don't know if that's true. Now, Fox taking anything from Fox? I mean, I don't know if... I mean, X-Men...
What, X-Men?
Yeah, I mean, X-Men is probably the biggest thing that they have that I'm aware of. Maybe they can do a solid freaking Fantastic Four for once, but
I think if it gets announced, and I'll probably be like, not even gonna bother with Fantastic Four. Apparently,
I would.
That dynamic,
I would.
Hard to make. Apparently, I don't know.
It's not hard to make.
It shouldn't be. It sounds like it shouldn't be, but why does it always fail? Well, what is so difficult about it?
I'll tell you.
You got a rock man, you got a fire person, you got an invisible woman, and an elastic man.
Well, yeah.
Why is it that difficult?
What can go wrong?
Exactly.
No, the biggest issue I think when it comes to Fox is notorious for being cheap. You know what I mean? So which it's understandable. They want something coming back, obviously. They want to make some sort of return on it. So they're like, no, we're not gonna spend that much, you know what I mean? Problem is you see that in the movie, you're going, this is obviously kind of lower budget than whatever. So when they redid X-Men and the one with First Class, man, it was looking pretty rough, you know what I mean? They did pretty well with what they were left with in the end, but still I don't know. I don't think there's anybody there who I don't know. X-Men to me has felt like a thing that Fox is like, we just need to keep doing it, because if they stop making X-Men movies, the rights revert back to Marvel.
Okay, yeah.
So they have to keep making X-Men movies. You know what I mean? So that's why, and Fantastic Four movies on top of that, which is why they had that garbage one from like a couple years ago.
That was a throwaway one.
That was just like, hey,
just to keep the
keep the rights, yeah,
to keep the rights, the contract alive.
So, in this case, if it were ever to acquire Fox, at that point, hey, Marvel's already in the same camp. They can, let it go back to them. So we'll see if that's anything that will. Hopefully it doesn't. We don't need everything to be owned by Disney, because same thing. There's no competition. There's nothing else. Then they can do whatever they want.
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
going to own all of entertainment at this point.
Disney-fied more properties.
Correct. So
make them. Well, it is. I'm sad to report that on this week, we just found out that serial killer of developers, EA.
You mean publishers?
Of publishers, yes. Well, of developers.
Oh, they're killing the. Okay,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I killed the joke. Go ahead.
Yeah, you killed the joke now.
Start over.
So
Nobody
EA
heard that.
EA.
And go ahead.
So they acquired Titanfall developer Respawn for $455 million, which in future news, EA is closing Respawn Entertainment after the failure of Titanfall 3.
Actually,
sadly,
after the failure of, I still said it. This is still my bet, and I don't know if we can ever remember it when it happens. But Anthem's going to come out.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be successful because of its newness of it.
Yeah,
they're going to try to push a sequel to it shortly thereafter. That's going to fail.
No, but
that's when.
But Titanfall 3, which by the way has been announced already.
Oh wait, that's BioWare. Never mind.
Yeah.
That's right. So you're right. Titanfall 3.
Titanfall developer Respawn. If you guys remember, they were founded in 2010 by Call of Duty designers Jason West and Vince Zampella. Mm-hmm. They had a horrible thing with Activision. Mm-hmm. They went to court over it. The thing is, they opened their own studio and they released Titanfall exclusive for Xbox, which again, exclusive, exclusive, good and bad.
Yes.
That was a game that could have actually helped it if it had a bigger. Anyway,
could have, would have, should have.
Yeah. So, in any case, it didn't do so well because even though it was solid multiplayer, that's all it was, and it was a little bit bare. Also, they didn't have a lot of options. Then Titanfall got released, and I stand and I'll go to my grave. To this day, or to today, this shooter is second to Doom. It is one of the best shooters out there as far as gameplay goes. Call of Duty, especially if you like Call of Duty, Call of Duty fans should be eating this up because this is an exponentially better version of it. And of course, it didn't so well because it was released between two major, releases of that year, which was Call of Duty and Battlefield 1. So, and it was smack down in the middle, so they didn't do well. And I think, which is my concern, this seems like a very low acquisition. Mm-hmm. It seems like a very low price to pay for a studio. $455 million. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of money still, but it looks like not enough. Not a lot because hey, your games, even though they're great so far, they haven't brought us a lot of revenue. Mm-hmm. The revenue they expected. So it's a shame. It's like a bargain. It's a bargain purchase.
It is, yeah. It is.
It feels.
That said, in celebration of Respawn's countdown to Doom, the Titanfall
celebration.
2.
We're not celebrating.
Well, you know what
we are. Yeah.
I guess I can put it this way: to help out Titanfall or Respawn with their purchase of EA. Titanfall 2 is available for $15 right now.
If you go to Best Buy right now, you can grab Titanfall 2 for 15
smackers.
Smackaroos. Yeah, I was actually going to say Smackaroo too. That is a freaking steal. You should go to jail if you get past the cash register with that. Pay $15. You should
definitely
do not pass go. Do not collect $100. Go straight to jail. Anyway. My major concern is they were partners of EA, but now EA owns them. When they were partners, they were the masters of their destiny, very much, right?
Yep.
Haha, no pun intended.
Masters.
They were masters. They could actually dictate. They made when Titanfall 2 was released. I believe they sent out a tweet that said something along the lines of, "Oh, remember when games used to, you used to spend $60 for a full game or something like that." I'm paraphrasing, but the idea was they were making fun of, you pay $50 and then you have to get the DLC and all that. Well, Titanfall 2 comes with the DLC. You don't. There's no season pass for Titanfall 2. You can just get the game and you got the map for free. And I don't recall it being microtransactions either. To be honest with you,
I'm pretty sure there's something in there.
No, I don't think
nothing that
2
would
had
require no microtransaction whatsoever.
No. Well,
no wonder they're a failure.
Thank gamers. This is your fault. This is. Shame on you. Shame on we all, actually. Yeah, I'm putting, even though I am spreading the gospel of Titanfall 2
every day.
Every day, yes. My concern is that now Titanfall 3 is gonna have loot boxes and microtransactions. You bet your ass is gonna, because EA is gonna EA. EA is gonna EA, and the problem is, oh my God, I hate this company, bro. I hate them. They take good virgin companies, and they despoil them, and they destroy them, and they and it's a massacre. And then so many good companies are going under. Due to them.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I wish the best for Respawn.
But let's be realistic.
Yeah, but I'm prepared for the worst. Yeah. Well, I'm prepared for
news, the closure of Respawn is almost guaranteed.
You tell me they just closed Visceral and they said, well, we got a little gap here. We can fill it.
This got even shadier. I evidently... My sources tell me that there was an offer placed for purchase, and it looked like it looked good, so good that EA was like, well,
where do we trim the fat?
Where would we trim exactly? We need to get rid of something. So, this guy's they're not really doing anything. We can actually go ahead and acquire Respawn, get rid of Visceral. Now put Respawn into collaborating to work on this Star Wars game as service, or whatever, and of course create Titanfall 3. And if that's the way it went, it's like. Dude,
obviously, I mean, this is a big corporation.
Very
they don't make snap decisions. Say, "Oh, we're going to buy." No, that's been vetted and been planned.
Yeah, they were already.
And same
thing
with the closure of Visceral. That was like, okay, if we close this, what do we stand to lose? How much of whatever? Blah, blah, blah. Or what do we stand to gain from closing this? I have no illusions.
One
that
of these
this
days,
wasn't.
I think we should have one of our topic of the weeks, maybe the one for next week. Be about stupid corporate decisions, like.
Well, damn.
Well, I know.
Yeah, we're gonna be here all fucking night with that.
Stupid corporate decisions like, hey, Microsoft letting Bungie go instead of giving them liberty to work, nurturing them, letting them work on whatever, not having them be a freaking like Halo.
Hello, Guerrilla Games. You know, they were Killzone Factory for a while.
Yeah,
and then they said, all right, you know what is it you want to do? Oh, you want to do? Well, go ahead. Do what you got to do. And boom, Horizon Zero Dawn
was done.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. I think we already might as well write it down. This is going to be... might as well be no promises. No.
So quick bet.
Not committing.
Quick bet here. What is the time from here? I'll say about 3 years for Respawn.
For Respawn?
Yeah.
Well, Titanfall 3 needs to be out. And no, I would say probably 5 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we got to give it time to then see, okay, Titanfall 3, it's a fantastic game. It has high scores, but unfortunately, it's riddled with microtransactions, and a lot of gamers are not happy with it, and they weren't happy already with it. So it's not gonna do the numbers, the ridiculous numbers that they're gonna want to bring.
Okay. Well, tune back here, guys, in 5 years. We'll meet here, same place, same time, and we'll revisit.
And of course, by that time, BioWare will be gone.
Yeah.
EA is gonna EA.
Yeah.
EA is gonna EA.
Speaking of microtransactions, sir, I want to quickly jump on a topic that you and I were speaking of sometime maybe earlier this week. I think we lost the battle of microtransactions, sir. I think microtransactions are, they're here to stay. Right?
Loot boxes.
Not only
are part of our gaming life now.
I mean, yes.
Yeah. Being sold to paying $60 for the privilege of spending more money on your favorite games is gonna be the new normal. Oh, congratulations!
It's funny you should say that, sir. You've heard of a little company called Take-Two, right?
Take-Two?
Take-Two.
Oh yeah, I think they did that indie game called GTA.
Yes, that'd be them. So GTA
publisher Rockstar really, but
this is coming right here from IGN. GTA publisher plans to have microtransactions in all future games.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Yay! And who was the other day that I posted that said that they were expecting also the subscription model to be
a big one?
A big one. I think that was EA's CEO.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, CEO Strauss Zelnick has said that his company, which publishes Grand Theft Auto 5 and NBA 2K, by the way, with another one riddled with transactions, will aim to offer recurrent consumer spending opportunities, which means microtransactions, in all its games going forward. And this was a couple of days ago in an investor call. This is all transcribed from Gamasutra. We aim to have recurrent consumer spending opportunities for every title that we put out at this company. It may not always be an online model. Probably won't always be a virtual currency model, but there will be some ability to engage on an ongoing basis with our titles after release across the board. And this, of course, comes from their numbers, where they show 42% of Take-Two's earnings in the last quarter were from microtransactions.
Well, microtransactions.
So he calls it a sea change in our business and transformative. I think that says it all, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
if in itself, it's not that I have.
No.
I don't have anything against microtransactions in themselves. I understand the reason they're there. I mean,
it's bad microtransactions.
I think the reasons are bullshit. Sorry, but it's true. I think the reasoning is
I would
BS.
disagree with that. I would disagree.
I think it is, because you're not gonna tell me that you got a huge a game that does gangbusters. There is, people are paying $60 for it. You're pretty much quadrupling whatever your production was. It doesn't need to have microtransaction, and that has been proven by many games that don't have microtransactions. Witcher says hello.
Yes, but CD Projekt Red is significantly smaller of a team.
Well, then that's. And they can still deliver
True.
Witcher 3 levels
of
game.
And this is not in any way anybody who listens to me from Poland or anything like that, but the country of Poland is obviously a much smaller in the when it comes to world economies and powers. You know what I mean? So things are a little bit more difficult to get there, but they are also. I mean, if you watch the thing from these guys, they are literally putting stuff together just to make things work.
I mentioned the magic word, Witcher 3.
I know.
Witcher 3.
I'm sorry.
And it completely.
I'm sorry.
No. But I understand what you're saying. But yeah. I'm just using that as the first example that came in my mind. Yeah. There are tons of games out there that don't have a microtransaction. But they're still successful.
But here's the difference between it. And this is not, guys. This is not me in any way trying to support or stand up for any of these companies who want to, nickel and dime us. I'm not saying that. Yeah. I'm simply saying there's a huge difference between a company with 80 people in Poland making a game than a company that has 300 people in San Francisco, one of the most expensive cities in the world, also making a game. And not that that's our problem. Then
I'm just saying what was the economics there are wrong, and I still don't believe one lick of sense that the economics are such that they need to have microtransactions. Games as they're done today, they don't need to have exploitative microtransactions. Yeah.
Exploitative?
Sure.
No.
Yeah.
No game needs that.
Yeah,
no,
sure.
I will disagree. No game needs exploitive microtransactions.
Well, that's what we're getting. I mean, we're not complaining about microtransactions per se. We're complaining about the pay to win crap.
That's where the problem is.
Yeah.
But for instance, GTA, which I've never played, GTA Online, but GTA Online, from my understanding, is it's all cosmetic. You're not getting anything that improves you in the thing other than just getting a bunch of cosmetic stuff. Yep. That alone, they are in the billions.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's not exploitive.
Yeah.
That's just, hey, you don't need it. You can run around and do a million things without ever spending a cent additional.
Path of Exile is a Diablo style game that so might argue it's even deeper and better in the sense of length and
oh hell yeah, I'm sure.
and length of in terms of the type of game that it is. It's a over the head. It's a Diablo style game. Yeah. And that game is absolutely free. You can go ahead and download it right now. It's completely free. It's a whole experience. They solely make their money on the microtransactions, with none of them are pay to win. Mm-hmm. Everything is cosmetic, and they're doing really well. They just released another expansion the other day. So if that is possible, you're gonna tell me that okay, sure, I can see bringing more revenue from microtransactions here there, but that's not what's happening. But what's happening is companies are taking advantage of the fact. No,
definitely. Because the ones who are doing predatorily, that's wrong. And I will never in any way defend
there's
that.
no way they don't need to.
However,
be doing that.
I will go on the side to saying yes. I'm pretty sure, games being sold at $60 now and they were being sold at $60 10, 15 years ago, the money they're making from just the game sales is not moving the needle the way they used to.
They don't need to. I don't think that. I think online that has been debunked. I could be wrong, but I remember saying
sure it's the opposite. But I hear you.
Games being $60 nowadays still the ones that sell, of course, that's the problem, right? Mm-hmm. We can't guarantee that this IP will sell a lot, and because of that they want to have a backup of, hey, just in case, let's bring microtransactions and whatnot. But there are tons of games out there that are still selling without microtransactions. Look at Horizon Zero Dawn, for example.
I know, but also look at the return. They made $2 million. They sold $2 million something in the first 2 weeks or something like that. Mm-hmm. Let's just assume they've made it. We haven't heard any other numbers after that. So let's just assume by the end of this year they made it to 4 million or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
4 million units at what, $60 each. That's not a lot of money for
that is enough to cover. That's enough to have a profit and to cover their development expenses. Otherwise, this game would be. There will not be another. There will not be more.
No, I hear what you're saying, but
otherwise, all games will have microtransactions.
Correct.
Which is what's happening.
But it also depends on where they're at. That's what I'm saying. The ones who develop this, it all depends. There's a lot behind the economics. I'm positive that.
Right, we're not economic experts.
No,
either.
definitely. Oh my God, I'm the furthest from that. But no, I'm positive that yes, there is some, because they're not moving the needle on as far as the game price, and in some cases they're actually selling it for less. So I guess that kind of goes against what I'm saying.
Yeah,
no, I think about when you're selling a game for $30 or $40,
and I think it is possible. I mean, if at the price that they're paying, at the price that we are paying, those games should be paying already the cost of development and making a profit. If they're not, then you have to look at your overhead. You have to look at your. I mean, if you're Ubisoft and you employ a gajillion employees, then. I hate anybody to lose business, their job. But
Ubisoft right now,
you're bloated. Yeah. You're bloated. Yeah. Of course, that's when
Sometimes
you get unrealistic expectations.
Yeah, like Square Enix.
Like Square Enix all the time.
They were looking to sell 5 million units.
6 million with Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider, yeah. And that was unrealistic numbers.
And that game was a hit. Was a success.
It was successful. Yeah. To just kind of piggyback off of that one news item. Take-Two also hints in the same call. Looking ahead, we expect fiscal 2019 to be a record year of net bookings and net cash provided by operating activities led by upcoming launches of Rockstar's Red Dead Redemption 2 and a highly anticipated new title from one of 2K's biggest franchises.
What could that be? Who could that be? Nobody has speculated what that could be?
I think the big one that most people are speculating is Borderlands 3. Because
never mind.
Randy Fisher's been out there saying they've been working on the game for a while now. So what else are they working on?
Yeah.
I mean, that other one that they worked on, that Overwatch, the Overwatch wannabe.
That game, we forgot.
Yeah, Overwatch wannabe.
Well, Overwatch wannabe, exactly.
Overwatch wannabe. That one didn't go anywhere.
Horrible.
The other thing, I know. The other thing, possibly, they still own the thing for BioShock.
I thought you were going to say Red Faction.
No, come on. Highly anticipated, guys.
The era of B-type games is over. It's so sad. It is, and it died when I think when oh my goodness, was it Atari who owned the rights to Red Faction and oh my God, what was this other that other game that had to do with the horses of the apocalypse
Darksiders?
Darksiders, yeah. The death of that.
That was THQ.
That was THQ, exactly. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. I think with the death of THQ,
although they're now like.
Yeah, I know. Back. There's a company that's calling themselves THQ and
Nordic. Yeah, THQ Nordic.
I'm talking about the real THQ back in the day. With the death of them, I think it killed that. That was the end of B-type game. Games that they were not considered AAA, but they were still good games.
I don't know if there's the yes, that was officially the
and they did not have microtransactions.
The big end of it.
Yeah.
That said, there are companies like Ninja Theory who just released Hellblade, who did that on their own.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, it's cheap enough to be a indie title, but.
Funny that you mentioned that. You said Ninja Theory. I was also thinking of another Ninja Theory title just now, DMC.
DMC is another one, yeah.
Yeah, DMC. The Better Devil May Cry.
Who owns that,
Devil
though?
May Cry.
Do they own
that's
that?
Capcom.
Capcom, okay, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's Capcom.
All right, sir. What do you got there?
Well, they're not... Yes, microtransactions are bad, right? Predatory microtransactions. Bad enough that the South Park mobile game warns you about its own microtransactions. Now, you remember, if you've seen South Park, how before it starts, it always has a disclaimer that says, that usually goes around due to its content, it should not be viewed by anyone, stuff like that at the beginning on a black screen. Well, this game called South Park Phone Destroyer, available now for iOS and Android. It starts with a disclaimer like that, and the disclaimer reads, "This game contains both in-app purchases and the option to watch ads for rewards. To disable this ability to make in-app purchases, adjust your device settings. In-app purchases cost real money and are charged to your account, and for those reasons, this game should not be played by anyone."
I love South Park for that stuff. I really do.
Very tongue-in-cheek, but basically telling you, hey, this premium game isn't free. So just bear in mind. Also, we're calling it Phone Destroyer. So I wonder what it takes. Oh my God, it is very ironic, but it is
good stuff.
It is awesome.
Well, my last piece that I have here, Sony or PlayStation. Apparently, you can have discounts and earn discounts by earning trophies.
Yeah, finally!
It's an interesting.
I'll be able to cash in all my trophies that I have. Right, I'm at level 12. I know it's not a lot because I'm a late bloomer.
I was gonna say, what the hell is level 12, dude? That's ridiculous.
It's called PC gaming, sir. Thank you very much.
Oh, and what has PC gaming got you? You don't get money for trophies there.
You think? I make other ways of making money. Also, those cam shows.
Oh wow!
Thanks very much.
So yes, if you're not a part of Sony Rewards program and you are a PlayStation owner and you buy games through PSN, what are you doing?
Sir,
they give you points.
I think you're hyping this a little too much for what it really is.
No, not this one. I'm talking about just regular purchases through PSN. If you're part of the Sony Rewards, you get points through that, which you can now use for stuff later. You're already going to buy stuff in PSN. Why not just let it collect points? You know what I mean? I did that when I was going to GameStop.
Microsoft have rewards also, I have you know.
I'm not saying they don't, but if are you signed up for that?
I am actually. It's just I don't have an Xbox now.
So you're doing nothing with it.
Every month, and I can show you. Every month I get a report of how many points I have.
And it's the same for the last year.
It says 0.
What the hell? Well, you haven't bought anything. Anyway, so, no. But seriously, if you have a PlayStation, go to the Sony Rewards program, sign up. All you have to do is sign up. That's all you have to do. Purchases and stuff will start collecting points, and you can earn to get additional discounts on top of the already discounted stuff that you can get through PlayStation Network and rather PlayStation Store and PlayStation Plus. Now, with that, they are including additional discounts for your trophies. I'm not really a trophy hunter, but we do have a trophy hunter in the group, Mr. Xavier. He's level 30, I think, at this point. He's something
Christ,
out
bro.
there, dude.
Wow.
He's got to have like
That's
good
impressive.
50 or 60 platinums already at this point.
Wow. I don't have a single one.
That's sad. I have 2. Dude, my name is Mayo. Do it. Just buy that.
I don't want to show that. I played that. I might as well be showing Hannah Montana horse ride, whatever.
Oh man. But anyway, so under these new things that they're doing now, this is where it gets a little bit questionable as to what you're doing here. So, earning 100 silver trophies is worth 100 points. 25 gold trophies will net you 250 points, and 10 platinum trophies, which are awarded for earning every trophy in the game, gets you 1,000 points.
What is 1,000 points worth?
That's interesting. I have 1,000 points in Sony Rewards program. It gets a user a $10 discount voucher.
Woo!
So
yes!
Going backwards here, if you look at the 100 points for the silver, that's $1. The silvers, 100 silvers get you $1.
I think you were hyping this a little bit more for what it really was.
No, I was hyping the other portion of it.
And mind you, it's not retroactive either, I heard. No.
It is not.
Starts from now. So you have $0.
Sign up now.
Sign up now.
Xavier, you are the trophy hunter.
Yeah.
You're already doing it anyway.
In the year 2032, you probably have a $15 discount towards Call of Duty 78.
Exactly. And you would be better off with that $15 discount. So don't let it pass you by.
Some rapid fires. Destiny 2 developer Bungie will soon update Destiny 2 to add 4K resolution and HDR for consoles.
Console, okay.
Yeah. So as that will be released, that patch is going to be released soon on December 5th, along with the launch of Destiny 2's season content and its first expansion, Curse of Osiris. So that will be cool. I do have an HDR TV. I want to see how that game looks on that. Now, if you want to play, Witcher 3 at 60 frames per second on your brand new Xbox One X.
Yeah.
Don't patch it.
Oh.
Apparently, if you patch it, then you won't be able to do that. Anyway.
So it crashes the game or something?
No, it was, I guess it's not really meant to be played like that. 'Cause I have to imagine the 60 is not sustainable, maybe.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's what the thing says. Don't patch it.
Don't do it.
Which is ridiculous.
If you want to play it, you still can't.
Don't patch it. Yes. Yeah. And apparently the version of Titanfall 2, the Xbox One X version of Titanfall 2 is not as good as the PS4 Pro version of it. So,
really?
Yeah, apparently it runs better on PS4 Pro than on Xbox One X. So who would have thought? Right?
Wow. This is good for the hot topic coming
up. Today, Call of Duty World War II patch, the patch that they released, screwed things up big time. This is right now. It looks like Call of Duty WW2 has had a rough launch. Mm-hmm. It's been nothing but trouble. The patch released today. So PS4 and Xbox One, it contained connectivity fixes and a few balance changes. Because if you remember, people were reporting at launch that they'll go into the lobbies and they'll be completely empty.
Yeah.
So now what's happening is that people are getting disconnected from matches.
Jeez.
And getting an error 103.
Yeah, Berto was running into a lot of problems. He was going to stream. It was either yesterday, the day before. I'm not sure what it was. He couldn't log in. He ended up streaming Paragon. So he's like, "Well, the hell with you, Call of Duty."
What? It's Call of Duty. You're just gonna start messing up Call of Duty? Well,
yeah.
Some might say they have already done.
You know
that
what
a long time
happened?
ago.
It was the loot boxes. That's what it is.
You know what? It was the loot boxes. Yeah. Yes. So far, the Sledgehammer did an update. Say they're continuing to work on the issue, and they have released the following update. They say the multiplayer connectivity is improved from earlier, but dedicated servers are currently offline. Expect normal P2P performance, including host migrations. We'll be sharing updates throughout the day on the current status. So hopefully by the time you hear this, they would have already smoothed things out. But yikes. That is Call of Duty. And
although that said, they've already doubled their sales based on last year's Infinite Warfare.
Infinite Warfare, yeah. Yeah. A lot of people are not very happy with. I mean, a lot of people didn't give it a chance. I think it was because we were also overwhelmed with first-person
shooters.
Yeah, that was just too
futuristic
many.
Shooters. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And on top of that,
said, like I said, they still made a lot of money from it. So it's not like they were. It wasn't as much as previous titles, but they still made a lot of money from it. So, I mean, it just wasn't up to their normal snuff.
Yeah.
That said, they this year, with all the errors that they're having with the World War II, they're already outdoing their numbers from last year by two times.
Well, thank you, players. Thank you, gamers.
Good going, Cotheads.
Good going, Cotheads. Yes. You like Nier? Did you?
It was okay.
It was okay. All right.
It was okay.
So I love Nier.
I know.
It's one of my favorite games of the year. I am starting to remember back Horizon, so it's
winning you back, isn't it?
It's winning me back. I'll admit. However, I did have a hell of a good time playing Nier, and that story was fantastic, and the ending was fantastic, and everything was great with that game. So apparently, a lot of people did also did well enough. Where Square Enix they haven't officially announced a sequel to Nier Automata, but work is already underway. Producer Yosuke Saito told Ryoku Tuya.
Oh my God! Let me see.
What is it?
Ryoku. Let me see.
Ryoku Tuyakato.
Wait, point it.
2199.
Oh.
Exactly.
Rio Kutui.
They told someone in Gematsu.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. And I already skipped my thing. Hold on. They told someone in Gematsu that the team is making preparations for this setting. So anyway, it's exciting because I love Nier Automata. I never played the first one.
Nier?
No,
I
didn't. This one, honestly, it wasn't even on my radar until I started hearing the buzz about it and the reviews, and
I don't know. I think the buzz and
the fact that it was a platinum game
and all that is what unfortunately set the bar a little higher for me. So when I played, I was like,
"Oh man!" I was telling you,
okay.
And I was telling you, I don't want to overhype it. You know, it has its thing. I don't want to overhype it. It has its thing. It's just you gotta pay attention to the story it's trying to tell, even in the convoluted thing that it was.
I got the story, and it was actually pretty interesting.
Yeah,
but it wasn't mind blowing or it wasn't anything like that. It was just okay. And, and I told you my
it was anime story. Anime story
definitely.
is never mind blowing. Let's be real.
And well, unless it's Akira, but whatever. So that said, also I think the in between portions of gameplay where you're just traversing the world was completely unnecessary. You could just take all that.
Just don't listen to him. He doesn't know how to appreciate pure gaming. I mean, he thinks that Wolfenstein 2 is the best game released this year. Go ahead and get Nier. Nier is great. And also Titanfall 2, $15 available now on Best Buy. And that's all I have.
What up, GG? Sparrow Wolf here. With my opinion about this week's hot topic of the week in regards of the Xbox and a possible quote-unquote resurface of sales and uprising of the product because of the Xbox One X release. Let me tell you something. Although it is true that the Xbox One X will perform masterfully in terms of graphics if you do have a 4K TV, what are you going to play in it? I mean, let's be honest. The Xbox is providing us with a great experience in terms of enhancing our visuals, in-game visuals. But what about games? I mean, I think Microsoft got it all wrong in terms of what they needed to do in order, or what they need to do in order to move forward with within the gaming community. They are providing yet another enhancement to the console, which they basically did with the Xbox One S. And hey, if they don't address the lack of games, they're doing nothing. I mean, we have now formally entered the era of the HD sands of time, aka the Xbox desert. Just think about it. I mean, I have a very expensive piece of furniture in terms of decor. You know, I do have the Xbox One S Gears of War edition. And the only time I play Xbox is to play Gears of War or to play Cuphead. Both games can be played in PC if you have a PC. The thing is that I'm not a PC gamer. So if I would have been a PC gamer, obviously I would have opted to buy these games on the PC format just to save some money. There is no need for you to, or no need nor appeal for you to actually buy this very expensive console on behalf of enhancing, quote unquote, your graphics. If you don't have a 4K TV and you buy it, you're not doing anything anyways. So for me, it's kind of controversial. For me, it's kind of like a smoke bomb kind of thing, just because the PlayStation did their PlayStation Pro, which I have pretty much the same opinion about it. They wanted to come up with an equivalent. I mean, I do hope that at a certain moment in time they fix this issue with games, which is the issue that concerns gamers the most. If you're not a fanboy of either console, you can identify that PlayStation has most games and most gamers just because of the offer they are currently giving to gamers. You know, more services and product for their money. So, it'll be a matter of time to analyze what's going to happen. But right now, I don't think that this is going to be a resurface. That's the way I see it. Those are my 2 cents, guys. Sparrow signing off. GG.
And GG to you, sir. Thank you so much for leaving us a commentary. And I have to mostly agree with what you say. The Xbox. Even though I do like the idea of an Xbox One X, right now, Microsoft. I feel like Microsoft does need to bring in some exclusives. They need to bring up their games. They need to bring up the titles that they're known to have. Sadly, they have overplayed that a little bit already. With there has been already too many Forzas, too many Halos. To what those games are not shining anymore. You need to bring new stuff. That said, I disagree with the notion that a lot of you guys are grabbing into, which is that, what are you gonna play on Xbox? As if there is a desert, there's nothing to play on Xbox. True, there are no exclusives on Halo. You don't have the equivalent right now of an Uncharted. You don't have an equivalent right now of a Neo. But even that is temporary. There was a time, not even too long ago, I think it was on this on this decade actually, that PS3 was on the very same boat. There was a year where Sony had absolutely nothing to show for
exclusive ones.
And we we never put it as gloom and doom. We never said, this is going to be the end for Sony. This and that. There's nothing to play. They still have third-party, titles, and Microsoft have third-party titles that are going to be the definitive version almost of those games. If you care, if you care about having the best graphics, which, by the way, if you do, you probably already have a 4K TV. If you don't yet, those games will still take advantage of better frame rate, which is always, as I tend to say, always better. The fact is that this year, this launch was abysmal. You got a gray, shiny box with nothing to show for. Yes, you can have Halo 5, and Halo 5 looks fantastic, but guess what? Halo 5 came out in 2015. People have already played. They're done with that. It's time to, and I wouldn't necessarily need to. I don't want them to secure like their own exclusive, like PUBG, for example, suddenly is not gonna come out of PS4. I'm not talking about that, because that benefits no one. That only benefits the fanboys that want to say like, hey, look, we have the exclusivity on this, you're not gonna be able to play. No, fuck that, and fuck you. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the first party titles that they're not coming on other consoles, because they are first party titles. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the next Halo, although it couldn't hurt. That's on your stable. I don't need Forza 8, but
it's
do something different. Hey, go ahead and greenlight if you can. Sunset Override. Sunset Override was a good game. Oh no, that was not a Sunset Overdrive. Yeah, that was actually not a first party. That was an exclusive, but that was not a first party. Now that I think about it,
that was they don't call it second party anymore, but it essentially, it was done by Insomniac.
It was done
so it was an outside studio doing an exclusive.
Long time. Second party, if you want to still call it like that. Sony.
Sony. Long time Sony second party.
Sony second party. Did this game, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, bring their stable. Inflate your stable a little bit more. Bring some new developing. It's good to hear Phil Spencer Phil Spencer, at least it seems like the type of person that listens.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, definitely.
And
although I think I would argue it took a little long for them to get to this point.
I agree.
What you mentioned before, I agree with everything you said. One thing I will argue, or I would argue against, is doing PS3 cycle when they didn't have any first parties. They still have some exclusives, but they were third party exclusives, and there were a lot of Japanese.
Yeah,
stuff.
true.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Granted,
yes,
that's a whole different market and what it is, but they still had.
And to be honest, no Japanese developers care about Xbox.
Correct. Exactly.
That has already been.
That's
except for maybe Capcom.
Yeah. Capcom does.
Back in the old days.
Although Street Fighter V was PlayStation.
Let's not forget. Yeah.
Real quick, I do want to give a props. Thanks so much for sending in your recordings. First one, of course, you heard earlier in the show was Mr. Gilberto, a.k.a. Chaos Reaper, our very own.
Telling it like he sees it.
Telling it like it is. Last one here, of course, was Giovanni, a.k.a. Sparrow Wolf of Nivel Escondido fame.
I don't know if you heard that voice.
Oh my
God! That is one sexy voice.
That's a sultry voice, right? Isn't it?
That is. I would like to put that voice in my ears.
I will tell you right now. There is. Here's the list. All right, here, you got this list. You have
Morgan
Freeman,
yes.
Right? Okay. Then you have what is his name? Barry. Oh gosh,
Barry Manilow.
No, not Barry Manilow. What is his name? I forgot his name. He's a singer, but anyway. So you have this singer, Barry, this deep voice singer.
Yeah, that's Barry Manilow.
No, is it? Okay.
Yes.
And then you have the Sparrow Wolf. It's an ascension. Yeah, you're going up, and the Sparrow Wolf. His voice is like. It's real.
Yeah, it's real. It is one sultry, dulcet tone.
Props to your wife, sir. Props to your wife. So, no, seriously, of course, hot topic this week is the future. We're revisiting an older topic.
Yeah.
From probably about 6-7 months ago now.
Probably. Yeah.
The future of Microsoft, or the future of Xbox in this case. And again, I agree everything you said there. The only thing I do think that it's very late for this console cycle. I mean,
no.
Well, you tell me if they're just acquiring. Let's say, for instance, they're just the move to acquire is what I'm saying.
Let me the move to acquire. Let me clarify. I am no way suggesting that they're going to steal the crown and suddenly
no.
I'm not saying that.
I think that Sony, whatever they did in PS3, they screwed up. They did whatever they could to get back. And by the time you get to the end of that life cycle, now granted, that life cycle for whatever reason went longer than a normal console life cycle. Had it gone shorter, they never would have caught up.
Yeah.
But it was longer. It was a good 8-9 years almost for that the whole cycle for PS3 and Xbox 360.
Yeah.
That by the time you got towards the end, now they were firing. Now they were like, okay, now we're whatever.
Yeah.
And then they just brought that into PlayStation.
And then they brought, and then Xbox said, well, we did so fine with Xbox 360 that we're just gonna do whatever we want. And TV. Here's your new Xbox One. Shove it up your ass.
Oh my god!
Because we own you, gamers, and then this PlayStation was like, well, you know what? We really screwed up on our lifestyle. We really screwed up. So we're gonna give you the most powerful console, and here $399. And then gamers were like, "F you, Microsoft," and just went
came back away. Yeah. So
and now Microsoft is like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
Forgive me, please, forgive me."
Yeah.
So last time we visited this, we were. I think overall, and not necessarily on purpose, we were trying to be as open as possible, but I think we were a little bit more negative on the outlook of Microsoft. You know, it's like, oh, they're probably just screwed the pooch this one. They're just waiting for the next one and whatever. And at that point, I don't even think they had unveiled what Xbox One X looked like. They didn't even have the name. It was still Scorpio at the time that we were speaking about this. So that all said, I wanted to be a little more positive on this one and say, okay, well, let's say, for instance, they're going to be acquiring studios. First of all, I think that's a great idea. Okay.
Yeah.
I think they're long overdue for that. I think the 3 pillars that they currently have, which is the Forza, Gears of War, and Halo, those pillars are no longer holding the building up.
They are pun intended, played out.
Yes,
Pretty
exactly.
much.
I would agree.
Yeah.
So they need something in between those titles.
Which could be what they're doing. If they say, and it will suck if they do, but that's okay. We still have Fortnite. If they say, hey, PUBG, we're acquiring PUBG. I'm not saying that they are, but stop movement like that. They don't have to acquire a company and now let's start making a game. They could be acquiring someone that's already way deep into developing of a game that now Microsoft gets to own as an exclusive. Yeah.
That said, I think acquiring PUBG, while I, as a PlayStation 4 owner, would not appreciate the fact that I'm never going to have my own PlayStation.
It's never good to.
That said, I still say that is a move a smart move in that direction. PUBG is going to be a big thing on consoles. It's already coming to their console. Why not just hey, guess what? You're never going to see this anywhere else.
And Microsoft spent a shit ton of money on Minecraft. Mm-hmm. And it sounded ridiculous, but guess what? It's making the money.
It's making a lot of money. And yes, they're also making that money on PlayStation's console.
Yeah, exactly.
They,
And you seem to forget that it's at the end of it all is the same old why that you taught me.
Yeah,
it's all about the money. So Microsoft. I'm not saying they don't care about Xbox, but I'm saying that the bigger picture for them is gonna be making money whichever way it is, and that's probably the reason why they're saying, "Hey, we're gonna release these games here, but we're also gonna release them on PC." And yes, granted, if you have a PC, you don't have a reason to own an Xbox. Okay, that's been played, but in reality, you said it. Like a lot of people have said it, and I think Giovanni said it himself. I'm not a PC gamer, so guess what? If you're not a PC gamer, that option is not for you. That even if it's available, and even if that option is not for you, you are forced to a console. And if you are forced to a console, and let's say, and you're interested in whatever Microsoft has to offer in the future, because right now there's nothing really. But if you're interested, like I'm still interested in playing Halo. I know that when a new Halo comes out, I'm gonna go towards that, but I don't want it to just be that. I want to hear about new offerings that are interesting, that are intricate, and they're only on Xbox. Not because they are paying money to the developer to get them, but because this is developed in-house to take full advantage of the console, just like Sony super well does with their first-party developers, like Naughty Dog, for example. Naughty Dog it doesn't take
front and back that system.
Doesn't take it. It doesn't need to be that they're like coding gods. It's just that I bet they get the 100% support from Sony to get the best, the most out of that machine, of that console. Microsoft used to do that. But I don't hear them doing that anymore.
Well, they only
have
the opposite.
They close a bunch of
studios.
Their own
Lionhead.
They closed Lionhead. They left Bungie go, which was stupid. Because now look at it. Because now look how much money they're making Activision.
Yeah, absolutely.
So stuff like that. So
if they do, and this is my this is what I think they should do. Okay, so I'm going to lay out the plan of what I think they should do. First off, yes, not only should they acquire studios and bring them in-house and make them part of Microsoft Studios. Remember the Microsoft Studios? I don't even have it.
Microsoft Studio used to be Microsoft.
So,
Cuphead.
They also, exactly. They also need to...
Cuphead was not Microsoft Studio, but you know what I mean? It's an exclusive.
Exclusive, yeah. I think that they do so that they can grow and so that their ecosystem can reach more. You know what? Acquire an Asian studio. Acquire some either Japanese, Korean, or any other between. Acquire a studio from them. Bluehole, which is the ones behind PUBG right now.
They could be. Yeah.
Why not? They just announced recently that their next project is an MMORPG.
Yeah, and it looked awesome.
Yeah, So why not? That's gonna appeal to the Korean market when it comes to freaking online games. Hello, that's gonna be great for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and at the end of it, if if it gives me enough reason to buy the console, once I got the console, once I got the Xbox One X, every third-party game I'm gonna want to play on the Xbox One X,
obviously,
because it's going to look better.
It's going to be
for the most part,
unless it's Titanfall 2.
Unless it's Titanfall 2, yeah, that's something else. The only example there,
the one,
and it had to be Titanfall 2.
Flying the ointment there.
Bruto hijo mío. Why?
So, something else I wanted to bring up. Phil Spencer mentioned this, and it was an interview with Bloomberg, by the way. If you can look that up online. But he mentioned or insinuated, or I'm not sure what it was, but he kind of made it sound like perhaps Xbox games themselves would not only just be available on PC, maybe, possibly, on other platforms. Not in those words. I'm not. This is not a direct quote. I'm paraphrasing here, but that, of course, left a lot of questions out there. Going, whoa, what the hell are you doing?
I'm sure
you're acquiring studios, and then you're just giving away the money.
I'm sure there were some in-house exec being like, whoa, what are you talking about? No, that's not what him and Minecraft. He's talking about Minecraft. God, there's nothing to.
So that said, it got me thinking as to if this is in the works, right? Where's the money at? All right, I always said that's my saying. What is the reason why a company, or what is the reason why a company does something, or why anybody does something, is the same old why.
The same old why.
Money, right?
Exactly.
It's the thing that makes things
at
happen.
the end of it all. You don't care about how you're making the money. You just care about you're getting money.
So that said, what have we been realizing in the last few months here? What is the biggest moneymaker in gaming right now?
Loot boxes and microtransactions.
Loot boxes and microtransaction. Thank you so much, sir. Not only that, what kind of games are providing these at a
Games as service.
Thank you.
The AAA bullshit.
So, imagine for a moment, okay, that thank you. No, I'm not Mr. Caffeine here. So, imagine for a moment, the next Halo. This is pie in the sky, guys. Pie in the sky, right? Yeah. The next Halo is a games as a service. It's a like Destiny, like Anthem, like that type of game, and is available everywhere. Wow. That includes PlayStation 4, PC. Yeah. Let me tell you,
they can't play. They can't cross play because Sony will be like, no,
that's fine.
You will never play with those Xbots.
They don't care because it's a service. It's providing the service, and who's making the bulk of the money there?
Microsoft.
So I think that is where their future. I think that's in some way they're trying to lay the groundwork. I know this again. This is like a conspiracy theorist or whatever. If that was ever to happen, that's not bad. Hello, reality, I was just talking about Take-Two. I was just talking about Activision. We've talked about EA. Yeah, but how much money are they making just from that alone?
That would be a huge risk for something that can potentially backfire in the sense of saturation. It's suddenly every game out there, and this happened to MMOs.
Don't get me wrong, that is a balloon. Yes,
if this happened to MMOs, suddenly every game is an MMO, or every game is a game of service. Then there's not going to be enough players.
Have enough people
there's not going to be enough people, and I don't think that they're going to just bet the barn into games as service.
I mean, I'm not saying to bet the barn on that, but I mean, if you have, here's the beauty behind a games as a service. One, you've got the person to buy a game. Now there's a service that they're buying into. It's a continuous flow. So that said, if the game only sells 1 million copies instead of 3 million, but their money coming in because of the services that you're providing for it makes up for that 3 million, and it may even make past the 3 million that they were already thinking.
But again, if suddenly the market is oversaturated with all that, then it does not gonna matter.
But oversaturation implies that you're gonna have too many big things. Let's say
that's what happened to MMOs.
I know. But let's say, for instance, again, pie in the sky.
Yeah.
Let's say, for instance, they accept the fact that we normally have 8 million people buying Halo. I'm not even sure if that's a real number. I'm just throwing a number out there. Let's say 8 million people are buying Halo, whatever. We'll accept 2 million people buying the next Halo because it's going to be a games of service. And dude, 2 million. Think about that for a second. That's
not a big number at all.
That's not a big number at all. And they're buying this at $60 a pop. Plus, it's a service. There's microtransactions. You have your whales that are paying a buttload, whatever. Dude, that is hundreds of millions of dollars being made off of that.
That is Square Enix still saying this is not doing well. This is not giving us to the revenue expectations.
Square Enix is not exactly the best in business.
And Microsoft is not going to say, we're just going to go away from the console market and every Xbox game is going to be available for everyone.
I'm just saying.
They're not saying. Honestly, I think they're saying. I think this is Phil Spencer saying Minecraft, guys. Minecraft.
That said, it may not be Halo. I'm just throwing Halo out there. But let's say they acquire a studio. And this studio is literally just this one studio. You're going to make us this game. It's going to be a games as service. It's going to be whatever the hell the service is.
That is very Microsoft.
And you're going to make this available for everything. It's going to be the pilot, if you will, for this program. And that thing...
A game changer.
A game changer. You know what I'm saying?
A revolution.
It's possible, dude. It may not work, but if it works, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Phil Spencer, I feel you, bro. Good move on.
Let me tell you, of all exec, if I had to pick the least worst executive in the gaming industry.
The least worst, wow.
Well, there's no good executive.
Hey.
No, don't be fooled. No. There is the title is the least worst. And in the least worst, I'm going to put the one that you're thinking.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I got to put Phil Spencer because he listens.
He does.
Yeah. He does. He makes some really good decisions. He had a swamp of crap.
Yeah, he really had to fix the hell out of crap
that he needed to fix. And everything so far, I mean, when you consider we got this year that they haven't given game and the launch of this console without any games. Yeah, okay. Sadly, that's true. That was a ball drop, But considering
we're talking about the Xbox One launch,
Xbox One X launch.
Oh, the X launch.
Yeah, the X. Yeah, no. Hey, Phil Spencer wasn't there. It was Dom Matrix was the Xbox One launch. Remember?
No, I know, but I guess I'm misunderstanding. Are you saying that the Xbox One X launch was a ball drop?
I feel like it's a ball drop in the sense that there's. All the games that you have to show off the power of this, it's like old titles. And granted, same thing with PlayStation Pro. Yeah, I get it. I see what you mean. Okay, yeah. And
don't get me wrong.
But there was new games coming for PlayStation where there's no new games coming this year for Xbox. Now, if they could surprise us next year, bendito, perfect. But this year, it was, as far as games go, bro, it was catastrophic. Forza 7, the Forza 7.
Loot boxes.
And then they screwed up with football. Cuphead was the only, an indie title, what could be considered an indie title, was the only saving grace, of this generation for them.
You can't consider it. They're the ones helping them, isn't it? That's not.
Don't matter. It's not. I mean, it was
not indie at that point. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Oh well, fine. Yeah, it was not a AAA title. It was not a AAA.
Have you heard that soundtrack? No, just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh, Cuphead is a fantastic game. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, it's just. Yeah, it's not your typical what you expect. Anyway.
Yeah, I get you.
There was none of that. Whether Sony had one of the strongest year they could ever have. If you could call the year of the PlayStation,
this was it.
The year of PlayStation, man. With everything that came out. So
it's funny because it's almost lined up that way. It's almost as if it just like they were setting the pieces up in the first couple of years, and here, man, they are firing, and here comes another one firing, and then and then before you know it, you're like, it's a bombardment of awesomeness coming our way. Yeah. And then you look over at the unfortunately at the Microsoft camp, you're going, Are you shooting?
Where's your God of War, for
exactly.
example? Like,
where are you shooting?
Where is
that?
Yeah.
So,
but like I said, if they could bring up some good,
I want them to.
parties,
I really, really do. And I
have
was gonna get the Xbox One S. It was on the radar to do so. I never did because the one game that was, I was like, I have it right here, and this laptop that I'm recording everything on.
You're gonna get an Xbox One for Cuphead.
Well, yeah, because they were down to $200.
I
was like, for $200, I can justify getting an Xbox One.
And we still don't have a Switch.
I know.
Oh my god,
that's gonna have to wait now till next year. That sucks.
Yeah, I want a Switch.
Me too. I want to play Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh, shut up. I want to play Zelda still also.
All right, so going back to that, I still think, I know that again, that's a pie in the sky, but I'm gonna throw that out there. I'll say if he let something slip that wasn't supposed to be out there, that's the reason why. Because you know what? We're gonna go with every other company, every other publisher saying we're going full head with all microtransactions and everything, because guess what? That's where the money is. Well, this guy's saying the same thing. You know what? It doesn't even matter where we play this, people play this game on. They're still going to be giving us money because it's our service.
The day that Nintendo goes into microtransaction and loot boxes, that'll be the gaming dies.
That'll be the video game crash.
The video game
of 1983 revisited.
No, revisited exactly on 20 whatever year it is.
Wait, was it 1981 is when it crashed?
If
right?
they do that, no, 1983.
83?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
83. Yeah. I had it right the first time.
It'll be. This is how the world dies. Yeah, Nintendo finally getting into loot boxes, microtransactions.
They're already in the season passes. And they're already in the
Okay, Zelda's so welcome to 2007, Nintendo. Good job. I mean, keep it there. Good job. I'm not being ironic. Good job. Please stay there. Don't go into the 2010s and 2011s. Please, no. Yes. Those years might as well not be.
So, guys, I think Microsoft has a future.
I think Microsoft will still live.
That doesn't sound very assuring, but
that is what we're trying to say. Yeah. All hail Sony.
That's true.
Yeah.
Joseph Ruiz, I know that you're in Puerto Rico right now, and there's not much power going on over there. Sir, I want the Xbox One. I want the Xbox brand to do well. And it's not just because I want to keep Sony in check. It's not just because, although, yes, there's something like that, but it's not just because of that. It's just because we need them to do well. Dude, I never had an issue with Xbox. I never had an issue with anything they did. It just wasn't the ecosystem that I bought into. That said, millions, yeah, exactly. I almost did. Millions of people did. And guess what? They're sitting there waiting for it. They're like, and they're like, dude, Joseph is like the freaking,
Joseph, we have Joel. Yeah.
We have
Ray Romano.
These guys are like, no, this is the ecosystem I'm in, and I am not letting it go. I believe in Xbox, and it's going to come back. And if only for them, dude, I'm like, guys, Phil, Spencer, do this.
I sold my Xbox because I didn't have anything else to play in it. The moment they start showing otherwise, you can bet I'll go back. I'm not gonna say goodbye to Sony because guess what? I'm not a fanboy. I love all my consoles and my PC.
No, I'm gonna tell you
that's why I have it.
I'm gonna tell you why you're not gonna say goodbye to Sony.
I need to have my exclusive. And
exactly.
Yeah, sure.
That's right.
Every now and then, I'll go to Gears of War 5. When it gets announced, I'll be right there with my pre-order because Gears of War is a series that I like. So so is Halo. And so is Forza Horizon, which I'm never going to get to play on Sony. No, I mean it.
I believe you.
I mean it.
And that's why I'm saying that the reason why you'll never let PlayStation go, regardless of anything, is because of the line of exclusives that they have that you'll never see anywhere else.
Exactly.
That's
That's what it is. Exactly. And I am never gonna take sides because I am not going to limit myself to playing this just to spite that. You know, if I limit myself to play Sony games because I want Xbox to fail, I'm an idiot.
No, I wouldn't.
If I limit myself to play Xbox game because boo-hoo Sony, I'm an idiot, you know. Now, if it's because of monetary, if it's because you really don't feel the need to buy it, then that's not being an idiot. That is being a conscious, a conscious
consumer.
Yeah, you could be a conscious consumer. You choose the one that has the best title. I'm not advocating for everybody should own all the consoles. I'm just saying, if your sole reason, if fanboyism is bad. It's terrible. If you derive pleasure from seeing Xbox failing, you're an idiot. And get the fuck out of our group. I probably have too many of this already.
Yeah, I think so. This is on his third beer, guys.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
Oh no, then I'm fine.
I don't know about
if you are. It's same thing if you're wanting Sony to suddenly die or disappear or something like that, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
we should be enjoying all type of gamers, even if you just own the one console.
Yeah,
I told you one time that I would be happy. I would have been happy the Switch would have been my only console.
I'm pretty sure we don't have anybody in the group who's looking towards the other side.
No. That would have been bad. No.
Yeah, I'm sure. No, well, not that, but I'm pretty sure that we would have seen that. And like I said, the guys who I'm pointing out over in the Xbox camp, they're just dedicated Xbox guys, and I can't blame them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's say for instance, Sony started going this route, and I've been with Sony for years. No, don't get me wrong, I was with Nintendo for many years. Yeah. That said, I went as far as Nintendo 64, and Nintendo 64, that was a desert, bro. Yeah. That was a desert. And the games that you were getting on them, Superman 64. Yeah. Okay, you had GoldenEye, which is probably one of the best games ever. But that said, it was far between. Yeah. And I was just, I can't do this. And then then Final Fantasy came out and it was on PlayStation. I was like, you know what? I can't do this. I have to make the jump. And I was going to make the jump. I said this before. I'm repeating myself. I was going to make the jump to Xbox when BioShock came out, and I never did because of the red ring. But either way, the point is, I want them to do well. I think we all want them to do well, and I think they will do well. I think now this is a good direction they're going in, and I hope hope the best. Yeah, for the best one. Yeah. Well, guys, that will bring us to the end. I just hit the wrong button there. I'm sorry.
And you repeated yourself.
And I had to repeat myself just in case. I don't think I had any comments. We just put the hot topic quite literally today because life
and work
takes over and sure we'll call it work, whatever. So I don't think I saw any topics any people on there. I apologize for that. For not putting it up sooner, but we did get to a recording. Thank you so much, guys. This is Arnaldo again, signing off for this week. Mr. David Santos, do you have anything else for us?
I miss Shadow.
I miss Shadow too. Miss Shadow, what do you have for us? Take us home. You couldn't let the dead air go.
I don't like finishing the podcast.
All right, guys. We will see you next week.
GG!
GG every day.